Today's story will shake you to the core. Hello, my wonderful viewers. It's time for another amazing story. This is not your typical drama. This is betrayal on such a shocking level. And today I'm sharing it with you. Let's dive into the topic.
Life in Abidjan was never simple, but Amina had mastered the art of balance. She was a woman of strength, running a thriving fabric shop in the chaotic market, navigating the endless traffic, and returning home each night to care for her 9-year-old twins, Layla and Lamar. Her husband Malik was her support system, and her younger sister, Mariama, was a trusted confidant who had moved in to help with the children. On the surface, everything in Amina's life seemed stable. Perfect even. But life has a cruel way of pulling the rug out from under you when you least expect it. When Amina pulled into the driveway, the house greeted her with an unsettling silence. Normally, she would hear the children laughing or playing outside. The familiar hum of neighbors' generators was absent, and even the compound seemed unnaturally still. Her heart began to race as she opened the front door. Inside, she found Mariama standing at the bottom of the staircase, her face pale and her hands trembling. This wasn't the vibrant, cheerful Mariama Amina was used to seeing. "Sister Amina," Mariama began, her voice low and shaky. I need to tell you something." "What is it?" Amina asked, her heart pounding. Mariama hesitated, her eyes darting toward the stairs. "I went upstairs earlier to check on the children, and I saw something I don't understand." Amina's brow furrowed. "What do you mean?" Mariama took a deep breath. "They were naked, together. Lamar ran out of the room as soon as he saw me." Amina felt the ground shift beneath her feet. Her children? Naked? Together? The words didn't make sense. They couldn't. "You must be mistaken," she said, her voice shaking. "They're children, Mariama. Innocent children. Are you sure of what you saw?" Mariama's expression hardened. "I know what I saw, sister. I wouldn't make this up." Amina's mind raced as she climbed the stairs to confront her twins. Her hands trembled as she opened the door to their room. There they were, her precious children, sitting on the floor, laughing and playing with their toys. "Mommy!" Layla cried, running to hug her. "You're home early!" For a moment, Amina forgot the storm raging inside her, but then she remembered Mariama's words. "We need to talk," she said, her voice firmer than she intended. "Auntie Mariama told me something. She said you were in your room together without your clothes on. Is it true?" The children froze. For a brief moment, a flicker of something crossed Lamar's face. Was it fear? Guilt? Amina couldn't tell. "She's lying," Lamar said finally, his voice rising with indignation. "Yes, she's lying," Layla echoed, her eyes wide with innocence. Amina wanted to believe them. She needed to believe them. But a seed of doubt had been planted, and it grew with every passing second. Days turned into weeks. Amina tried to push the incident out of her mind, but the unease lingered. One afternoon, while cleaning Lamar's room, she opened his drawer to rearrange his clothes. That's when she saw it, a pair of Layla's underwear, folded neatly among his shirts. Her breath caught in her throat. She stared at the drawer, her mind racing. How had it gotten there? Why was it there? "Lamar," she called, her voice trembling. Lamar appeared at the door, his face immediately registering confusion and fear. "What's wrong, Mommy?" Amina held up the underwear. "Why is this in your drawer?" "I don't know," Lamar cried, his voice cracking. "It's not mine. I don't know how it got there." "Do you think I'm stupid?" Amina shouted, her frustration boiling over. "Tell me the truth." "I swear, Mommy, I don't know," Lamar pleaded, tears streaming down his face. Amina's hands trembled as she dropped the underwear. Her world was beginning to unravel, and she had no idea how to stop it. That night, Amina confided in Malik, hoping he would help her make sense of it all. But to her shock, he dismissed her concerns entirely. "You're overreacting," he said, waving a hand. "They're just kids. It's normal for them to be curious." Amina stared at him, her mouth agape. "Normal? You think this is normal? They're children, Amina, Malik said with a shrug. You're making a big deal out of nothing. Amina felt a wave of anger and despair. If Malik wouldn't take this seriously, she would have to handle it herself. Determined to get to the bottom of the mystery, Amina installed hidden cameras throughout the house. She told no one, not even Malik. If something was happening under her roof, she would find out. It didn't take long for the cameras to reveal the truth. One afternoon, Amina came home early and reviewed the footage. What she saw made her stomach turn. Malik was leaving Mariama's room, his shirt half a-buttoned and his belt hanging loosely from his waist. Amina's heart pounded as she watched the footage. The next clip confirmed her worst fears. Malik and Mariama in bed together, laughing and whispering as if they had no care in the world. But that wasn't the worst of it. The footage from the children's room showed Layla and Lamar sneaking to Mariama's door, peeking through the crack and watching their father and aunt. Hours later, the twins were in their room, mimicking the behavior they had seen. Amina dropped the phone, her hands trembling. Tears streamed down her face as the weight of the betrayal crashed over her. Her husband, her sister, her children. Her entire world was falling apart. The next morning, Amina gathered everyone in the living room. I know everything, she said, her voice cold and steady. Malik's eyes widened. What are you talking about? Don't play dumb, Amina snapped, pulling out her phone. I saw the footage. You, Mariama, in my house, in my bed. Mariama burst into tears. Sister, please, I'm so sorry. It was a mistake. A mistake? Amina shouted, her voice trembling with rage. You betrayed me. You corrupted my children. Malik tried to interject. Amina, it's not what you think. Shut up, she screamed, her voice echoing through the house. You've destroyed this family. Mariama fell to her knees, sobbing. Please forgive me. Get out, Amina said coldly. Both of you, get out of my house. In the weeks that followed, Amina filed for divorce and cut all ties with Mariama. She sought therapy for her children, explaining to them that what they had seen was wrong and that they weren't to blame. It was a long road to recovery, but Amina was determined to rebuild her life. She vowed never to let anyone betray her or her children again.
What do you think? Who is to blame for this tragedy? Malik's betrayal, Mariam's selfishness, or is it just an inevitable tragedy? Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this story. Let's talk about how we can protect our families from hidden dangers.